Hello, 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 everybody. Thank you so much for joining me again on this beautiful day that we have been blessed with. I am Chari Twitty-Hawkins, self care coach for moms, helping moms to rediscover the woman within by practicing self care, self awareness, and self compassion because we need it. We need it. And guys, if you're watching live, please say hello down in the comments. And I'm also going live on TikTok as always. Hello, TikTokers. If you are a mom, drop a heart down in the comments and my Facebook family. If you are a mom, which all of you guys should be, or most of you guys, drop a heart down below so we can show each other some love. And my TikTok friends, if you want access to this replay, because we know TikTok does not keep replays, then come join my Facebook community, Moms Matter 2, Self Care for Christian Moms, by clicking my username up above, clicking the link in my bio, and then the box that says Facebook group. Come and join us in this amazing group. All right, guys. So today I am talking about how mom guilt can be your enemy. And for those who watched my last live, if you missed it, you need to go back and watch it. You need to go back and watch the replay. I talked about the difference between mom guilt and mom shame, because a lot of times we're feeling mom shame and we call it mom guilt. Mom guilt is something you did, like, I did that. I can't believe I did that. And you recognize that and you move on from there. Mom shame is you feel shame about who you are as a mom because of those choices that you made, or because of the way you were brought up, or because of something you see on social media and you start to feel like you're not good enough, you don't deserve, things like that. And again, I dug deeper into this in my last live. So if you missed it, scroll, go in the group, scroll, and you will see mom guilt versus mom shame. Well, today we're going to talk about how mom guilt could be your enemy. And I know you may be thinking, well, I thought it was always my enemy. But it's not. That's why it's good to know the difference between the guilt versus the shame. The shame most definitely is. But I think if I use the word mom shame, then people would think I'm talking about something else when other people shame moms. But it's really when you feel shame about yourself. So, good mom guilt is your consciousness reminding you, or God reminding you, or whomever reminding you that you did not do something that you should have. If you know, hey, I yelled at my kids and I shouldn't have did that, and you feel bad about it. Okay. That's good, because that's like a checkup. That's like a checkup, like you weren't supposed to do that. Now, if you have that mom guilt that goes into mom shame, where you start beating yourself up, telling you you're stupid, you're a bad mom, things like that, that's when it becomes your enemy. So ask yourself, have I been doing that to myself? Have I, because we're so critical of ourselves, have I been not just acknowledging that I did something wrong, focusing on the solution, but making a mistake or taking time to myself or whatever it is, and then beating myself up about it? That's when it becomes your enemy, because that's not going to help you. That does not help you at all. So I'm going to share with you, I believe, 4 ways that, and I already just started talking about them. 4 ways that mom guilt / mom shame, going into mom shame, can be your enemy. Number 1, it causes you to feel bad about taking time for yourself, about doing things for yourself, about investing in yourself, even buying. You go to the store. I had to just switch my mindset on this. You go to the store, you buy your stuff for your kids. You might look at something for yourself and be like, no, I don't need that. But even if you're buying things your kids want, very often you're buying things your kids need. You'll buy things they want and won't buy yourself something that you need or want. So because you feel guilty and you feel like, I had one mom, she put in the comments on TikTok, I feel bad because I'm not giving my all to my kids. I say you're not supposed to give your all to your kids. Even though that's just what we feel as moms. We feel like, I love them so much, I should give them my all. You should hold a piece of yourself for yourself. And if you're married, for your husband, or, whatever, for your job, for everything else. Your kids should not get your all. But because we may think that way and feel that way, that's why we feel bad for doing things for ourselves or for taking time to ourselves. Number two, it staggers your growth. So when you feel bad, when you're feeling guilty, there's things that you won't deal with. If you say, hey, if we go back to number one, I feel bad about taking time for myself. That means these emotions and things that you have, you will not take time to sit down and acknowledge them and process them and work through them in a healthy way. You won't do that. So that's a way it staggers your growth. And then again, even with the money situation, how many things have you paid for your kids, depending on the age? Clubs, organizations, band, football, soccer, cheerleading, whatever, all of that money you invest into them. Have you invested that into yourself? Have you paid for things for you to become better? For you to do things you love to do? And if mom guilt stops you from doing that, then that's staggering your growth. Mentally, emotionally, and physically. Number three, I did a TikTok about this a while back. I think I need to repost it again. I think I've reposted it at least once. It causes you to resent motherhood. Just really sit and think about that. And some of y'all will be like, yeah, some of us would never say that out loud. We would never say that out loud. But this thing, mom guilt, we need to talk about it more. It makes you resent being a mom. You're like, ugh, like I do all this for y'all and I'm doing nothing for myself. And you start to feel bitterness. You start to feel anger. You feel sadness. You feel all types of stuff. Not saying you don't want to be a mom anymore, but you start to resent it because you're like, where am I? What happened to me? But then again, you have that mindset of, oh, I feel guilty if I try to do something for myself. You see how that goes? You see how that cycle goes? It's crazy. And it just keeps going over and over and over. So you start to resent motherhood. And then the last one that I'm going to talk about today, it causes you to neglect your purpose. And I alluded to this already, but if there's things that you want to do, things that you want to pursue, or maybe you were pursuing before you became a mom, that mom guilt hits or that mom shame, and you're like, oh, okay, well, I'll do that when they move out or when they get older. Or each new day is not promised. Each moment is not promised. My grandfather passed about 3 weeks ago. I had to tell my 8-year-old because he is so dead before we had this conversation associated with someone dying with them being older. And I was like, baby, you can be any age. He was like, really? Kids are so inquisitive. I love his expressions. He was like, really? I said, mm-hmm. I was like, you could get in a car accident. Anything could happen. He was like, oh, yeah. So each day is not promised. God could be calling you to do something. And because you feel guilty investing in yourself, investing time, money, whatever it is in yourself, you don't do it. So don't let that mom guilt stop you. Let's see. I don't think I could see. I don't know this new. Oh, there we go. Hi, Karen. Thank you for joining live. I was like, okay, now I know how to check the comments when I'm going live on Facebook. Okay. Okay, so some ways to combat that is remind yourself you deserve time alone. Okay? If you think you don't, I'm telling you, you deserve time alone for all that you do. You deserve some time to fill your cup, to relax, to re-energize, so that you're serving from excellence rather than serving from a place of exhaustion. Let me say that again. You deserve time alone so that you are serving your family from excellence rather than from a place of, oh Lord, exhaustion. Like you're like, oh, I gotta go do this. But I gotta do it because I'm a mama. Y'all know us, we gotta get it done. But you don't have to be exhausted while you're doing it. You don't. So remind yourself of that over and over. I deserve this. I deserve this. When you start to feel bad, say it over and over. I deserve this. I deserve this. Put it down in the comments. I deserve this. Okay? I deserve this. Okay, and another way is to think positive in the situation, whatever it is, whatever you may be feeling guilty about. I talked about this yesterday about focusing on the solution. So if you messed up, instead of saying you're a bad mom or things like that, focus on, okay, what am I going to do next? That's the solution. That's the positive. Or what good came out of this situation? Or what good did I do? Even though, yes, I yelled at my kids, what was the good thing that came out of this? Or what will be? So focus on the positive rather than focusing on the negative and the mistakes. Remind yourself, and I say this over and over and over, that you are doing the best you can. And that's enough. I'm going to say it again. You are doing the best you can. And that is enough. Some of us, we are giving, we're doing, as I said, the best we can, and then we still feel unsatisfied with ourselves. You cannot give better than your best. You can't. You cannot give better than your best. Now, each new day, you're going to learn more and you're going to mature. And so you know how to handle situations better. But you cannot do something yesterday with the knowledge you had today if you just learned it today. So it's no sense of you learning something new and then saying, I wish I had known that yesterday. Again, you did the best with what you knew at that time. I'm seeing this TikTok trend going around, and it's moms who feel bad because they have two sets of kids, some who are older, some who are younger. And they're like, I'm healed and whole for my younger ones, but my older kids, they got the part of me who I was just trying to figure it out. I didn't know what I was doing. And I'm like, hey, I told my friend this. She has two sets of kids, older and younger. I said, you did the best with what you knew then and who you were at that time. That's all you can do. Now you have grown. Now you have more kids. They're younger, and you can give them your best self. That's all you can do. So put in the comments down below, my best is enough. Even if your best is, I'm tired, I'm sick, but I got one thing done today. Lord, I got one thing done. That's enough. Because we're putting all this pressure on ourselves, and our kids just want us to be there. They just want us to be ourselves. They don't want us to be perfect, which we need to stop searching for perfection and search for, as I often say, purpose. To be a purposeful mom, to be a purposeful woman, not a perfect woman or a perfect mom. And then lastly, pray. Because you may feel that mom guilt coming on strong, going into mom shame, and then you need something to pull you out. And Lord, help me. Help me, Lord. Because these thoughts are overcoming me. They're becoming overwhelming. So that's when you want to pray. And pray specifically, whatever the issue is. Pray specifically for that. God, I know I need to spend time by myself. But when I do, I start feeling so bad that I can't even enjoy my time. Help me to focus on the now. Help me to focus on the now so that I can enjoy myself and go back to my kids and not be frustrated, ready to choke somebody. I mean, I know you wouldn't choke your kids, but be specific with your prayers. Talk to God like you would talk to one of your friends. That's what I do. I'm like, Lord, Lord, help me. Okay? Help me. So again, guys, if any of this helped you, if you had any ahas, if you have any questions or any suggestions on how you have said, hey, I'm going to stop letting mom guilt control me, put it down in the comments below. And if you're watching live, say, hey, hey, hey. And if you're watching via replay, type hashtag or type replay down below so I can come back and say hello. And for those who have not signed up yet, July 1st, Friday, July 1st, I am hosting a release. What did I tell y'all the last time? That pressure. We need to release it. We need to let it go because mom guilt sometimes be holding us hostage. I am hosting a release mom guilt class. It is free. It will be online and you can sign up by clicking the link up in my status if you're watching on Facebook. And I'm going to come back and put it down below as well. And if you're watching on TikTok, you can join by clicking my username and then clicking the link in my box. And it should be the first box that says Release Mom Guilt Class. So we are going to go through the different types of mom guilt, the things that cause mom guilt, because it's all different for us. Because the first thing is acknowledging, and then work through that, because some of us, we are harboring feelings of unworthiness, feelings of I'm not good enough and I'm a bad mom and all these things. And that's what the devil wants you to believe. At church, and we were talking about Father's Day, and he was like, the way to change this world starts with the community. And then he said, the way to change this world, of course, he was talking about fathers, but I'm a mother, so we're talking about mothers today. And y'all know I'm silly. The way to change this world starts in the home. And that starts with the parents. And of course, I'm talking to you, so we're talking about moms. So the enemy wants to attack your mind. He wants you to feel like you're not good enough. He wants you to feel stressed out. He wants you to settle in your life so that what? You can raise kids to do the same thing. And then they can raise kids to do the same thing. But we don't want to do that. We want to be the best version of ourselves. We want to be able to feel guilty about something, say, okay, I shouldn't have did that. Check myself. Focus on the solution. What am I going to do next time to do better? And then keep it moving, rather than doing something, messing up, and starting to just go in this black hole of, as I said before, I'm not good enough. Why did I do that? I'm so stupid. I can never get this right. Because that's exactly what the enemy wants. That's the legacy he wants us to have. But as women of God, that is not the legacy for us. So if you are ready to overcome that mom guilt and that mom shame, or to prevent it from overcoming you, then click that link up in my bio, Facebook friends, or down below in the comments, and sign up for that class. And TikTokers, my username, the link in my bio in the box that says Release Mom Guilt. And I look forward to seeing you guys there. And I was saying I'll be going live every day this week except probably the weekend. So make sure you stay tuned, and I'll be reposting this in the group just to remind you guys, hey, y'all seen those posts? Did you miss the live today? So you can watch the replay, whenever you see fit. But guys, don't forget, in the community, thank you guys so much for inviting your mom friends. I think it seems like every day I'm getting requests in the group. So that's awesome. I love the community. So continue to invite your mom friends to join us here. You can share the group outside of the group, or you can just invite them directly in the group. Go to the invite link. I believe it's on the right side of the page. All righty, guys. Well, once again, thank you so much for watching. Whether you're watching live or replay, have a blessed morning, evening, or afternoon. Take care. See you next time. God bless.